Good morning, students. Welcome to your geography classes. In this video session, we are going to start chapter 1. So please open your books and keep a notebook, means rough notebook, with you and write what I am telling you here in this chapter. And also open your books. So students, our chapter number 1 is a representation of geographical features. So what are geographical features? What we are going to represent? So we are going to represent geographical features. So first of all, we should know about geographical features. But before this, we should know about geography. What is geography? So this word is derived from the two great words. The first one is geo, means earth, and graphy means knowledge. So geography means knowledge about earth. Now we will talk about geographical features. So these features are different features on the earth. Means all different type of features what we are having on the earth are called geographical features, and these are of two types. The first one is natural features like forest, hills, rivers, and etc. Another one is man-made features like roads, bridges, railways, and so on. Now the main thing is how to represent these different features on the map. So we have now a new term, map. So first of all, we should know about the map. So we have different type of maps like physical map showing natural features, political maps showing boundaries of the states, thematic maps showing about soils, forest, and etc. But we should know what is a map. So map is a representation of an area of earth on a flat surface. So it is representing an area of earth. But what that area of earth consists? So that area of earth consists of geographical features, and these geographical features are in 3 dimensions. And when we are going to represent on the map, they became 2 dimensional because we are representing on the flat surface. So it is a process to make 3D into 2D figures. So we are converting 3-dimensional features into 2-dimensional figures. How? By the help of scale. So now we should know about the scale, how to use it. So the first method to use a scale is by a statement like 1 centimeter to 100 kilometer. It means it is 1 centimeter on the map, but actually it is 100 kilometer on the ground. So we will get these types of information on the map, but it will written like that 1 centimeter to 100 kilometer. It means that 1 centimeter is going to represent 100 kilometer on the ground. The second method is representative fraction. In short, it is called RF. So you will see like this given in the picture 1 centimeter upon 100 kilometer. It means it is a fraction of map distance to ground distance. So 1 centimeter means it is map distance and the 100 kilometer is ground distance. So it is called representative fraction, and it was the second type of using scale. And the third one and the best method is linear scale. It is also called geographical scale, or we can say graphical scale, and it is known for proper measurement. So as shown in the picture, I have taken a linear scale of 14 centimeter. In this we have 7 segments of 2 centimeters, and it shows us 6 kilometers. It started from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. At the left hand side it shows 100 meter. 100 meter means 1 kilometer. And at the left hand side, first column, I have divided into 10 parts, means each 0.2 centimeter. It is going to represent 100 meter, and one segment is showing us 2 centimeter to 1 kilometer. This is an example of method by a statement. So there is a statement 2 centimeter equal to 1 kilometer. So this was the linear scale. Now we are moving to the next page, and on this page we will learn about the scale and its type. So we have two types of scales, large scale and small scale. We have an example here, large scale example 1 centimeter to 1 kilometer. It means it is showing smaller area, but it is representing more details, or we can say showing smaller area, it is giving us more details. And a small scale is 1 centimeter to 100 kilometer. This is an example, 1 centimeter to 100 kilometer. So it is larger in area, but it is giving us less details. We have example for this. All the atlas maps are small scale maps, but if we talk about the large scale maps, so we can say a tourist map, a city map giving us details of city, and all topo maps are the good example of a large scale map. But now our main concern is topo map. What is a topographical map? So we can say a large scale map which shows both man-made features and natural features of an area is called a topographical map. We should know some more points about this map. So the first point is Survey of India prepared this topographical map. It was first prepared by Major General Ray. It was in the British period, and the year was 1765. 2 years later, in 1767, the Survey of India established in India by a British general named James Rennell, and he became the first Surveyor General of India. So these were some points about the topographical map. Now we will learn how to locate a point on topographical map. But first we should know about the grid before locating a point on the topo map. So what is a grid? We can say grid is a network of some vertical and horizontal lines. Like we have in the atlas map longitude and latitude, but in topographical map we have some vertical lines and horizontal lines. So you are looking in the picture that we have some vertical lines, they are increasing towards east, and we have some horizontal lines, they are increasing towards north side. So the vertical lines are called eastings because they are increasing towards east. So these lines are called eastings, and the horizontal lines increasing towards north, so these lines are called northings. So I have given in the picture number of lines, and for vertical lines I started from 20 and increased it 21, 22, 23, 24 and 25. Same way for horizontal lines I have given the number 70, 71, 72, 73 and 74. So I have made some grids here, and after that I have located a point B. These are the conventional signs and symbols which are accepted worldwide. So it is given in the book, and when we will read the chapter I will show you these conventional symbols and signs in the book. But here we have taken two symbols. First is B, means bridge, and second one is PO, means post office. So now we will find the reference number for these points. So first we are going for the point B. How to write the reference number for these signs? We will start by the vertical lines, and we will look at the left hand side line of the point. So for B, the left hand side line number is 23. So we have written here 23, and then we will go for horizontal lines, and we will look at the downside line of the point, and here I have represented this line by the number 73. So we got a 4 points number for this point. This is 2373. Again we will search for next point PO. So we will search the left hand side line of this point, that is number 21 line, and then the horizontal line downside this point, that is 72. So we have given the number 2172, 21 for vertical line and 72 for horizontal lines. So we have seen these points are in 4 figures, like bridges 2373 and post office is 2172. This is called 4-figure grid reference. So students, now this session is about to over. I hope you understood well. Revise this chapter, and we will meet in the next video. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Thank you.